Hello. If any of you watch the Tim Clicks channel, you'll see he's done a word counter. I'm going to do the word counter from memory. That's my challenge here. So use standard collections and then HashMap because that stores the number of occurrences of each word in a block of text. So the challenge here is to really understand the way that the HashMap gets the value. So I'm just going to create a block of text here. And that's just, that'll do. We'll paste that in. And we can see hopefully we've got some, oh, brilliant. We've got some words that are being used more than once, such as used, word. Great, that'll do. So, okay. First of all, we want to split those. That's one long block of text. We need to split it. So let word list equal tx and then split white space. There it is. So that splits them, and then we need to collect into a vec. And it doesn't like that. Why is that? Because we actually need to explicit and tell it that it's a vec. Happy? Nope. We're going to tell it's. Can we do start? Yeah. I just turned off inline hints as well. Sometimes they make it look a bit messy. So no. I'm just going to put the hash in there because that's kind of like a pretty print in Rust, isn't it? There we go. Yes, your understanding is correct in there. So that's successfully. I think on the Tim Clicks video, he used something to do with punctuation, which I'm I'm not going to go there for the time being. I'm more interested in how the hash map takes the value. So we need to create a new hash map. And that's of type hash map. And then it's going to have the string followed by an I30. Well, we actually need a U8, don't we? It's hash. Nope. Hash map. New. Hands are cold this morning. Right, that's okay. So it's made the hash map. Right, now it's time to actually put some values into the hash map. So, we need to make it mutable. You pretty much always need to make the hash map mutable. Right, let's h. No, let's do for word in word list. And then this is the difficult, I wouldn't say difficult bit, but it's the new bit to learn really. So let count equal, and then so this becomes a counter which actually ends up in the right hand side. So hash map hm, and then we do into your into keys, into values, we want entry key, and then we do word to string, and then this is where we do or default. Then you, if it's the first occurrence, then you populate it with 0, and then so we get back a reference. Count is a reference, and then with that reference, we then increment it by 1. Because if it's 0, then it goes to 1. If it's already a number, then we add 1 on top of that number. And why does it not like all default? Maybe it's not all default. Or insert default. That's better. It's been a couple of days since I watched the Tim video. Tim clicks. I'm not. Hopefully, Tim will understand I'm doing this as a tribute to his video rather than ripping him off. Right. So we've got. Hopefully, we'll have a dictionary loaded with some values now. Anything else to do? No, I don't think so. Let's just print it. And do the hash map, and I'll just put a pretty print. No, I won't, because it won't. It'll look better if we just do it without. I'm still printing up there, so we can get rid of that. Right, there we go. Not pretty. So why is it saying unused imports by? Oh, when I made a typo, it's brought in the lowercase hash map. That's something to watch out for. So let's go back down to, yeah, and let's make it do it in the column. That looks better. So we've got is going 3 times. Just checking this works properly. Used, yeah, used occurs twice. So that looks accurate. That has done the job. So let's just recap on this, because I think this is really or rather, these 2 lines are the ones to get your head around. I'd not used or I'd not used .entry before. So let's just go and see what ChatGPT tells us about it. So hm.entry word to string. This line retrieves the entry for the current word in the hash map. If the word is already present in the hash map, it returns a mutable reference to its value. This is the key part here. So we're getting a mutable reference to that word. And then if the word isn't present, it puts it in with a default value of 0. And returns a mutable reference to this new entry. So the key thing is that we're getting a reference, and then the line that I called it our count in a previous example. So we're getting a reference to the count. So this is kind of unique or semi-unique. It's particular to the hash map, because we're getting the reference and we're incrementing the reference, but obviously nowhere in this part does it even mention the count. But so what it's doing is it's taking the left-hand side and putting it back in the right-hand side. That's how I would put it in plain English. I probably fail sometimes with my videos that I don't use the correct terminology, but sometimes I just like to say things in kind of plain English. So the left-hand side is count. That's keeping account of the number, which is the number of times the word occurs, which is this word here. So the left-hand side is keeping track of the number of words which are present on the right-hand side, and then it's updating it. So by printing the hash map, we're actually getting string, and the U8. So the U8, if we turn back on type hints, you'll see there. So whatever, so for instance, if I change that to U16, do you see how that updated? So this count, it knows where it knows that it belongs to this hash map. Just to prove a point, if we change that to let's change it to yeah, change it to I32. I was about to do that. So I32, and then count knows. I'll turn type hints back off just to make it easier to look at. But there we go. So that's my attempt at replicating the Tim Clicks word count. I think the key thing to take away from it is the way that the hash map works. The split in the white space, and yeah, that's looping, iterating over the word list. That's fairly standard. But the hash map using .entry and .or insert, that was kind of new to me, or not something I've done for a while. So yeah, that's really useful. Hopefully it will be. Thanks for watching. I'm back soon.